the joys of recording videos. We can look great on top, but never actually know whether I'm wearing pants or not. Oh wait, I'm already recording. Okay, welcome everybody to my top 5 fairy type Pokemon. Please bear in mind that this top 5, as well as any other top 5 that I do, it's not based on stats nor designs. It's based on a combination of things that I love. It's based on my opinion. If you don't agree, please leave your own top 5 in the comment section below and let's get this discussion going. Additionally, if you do enjoy my content, please smash that like button and subscribe for more Pokemon and anime related content. Without further ado, let's start with number 5. Mega Mawile. But in the screen right now, you're gonna be watching Mega Mawile because well, Pokemon Sword and Shield doesn't have Mega evolution. So yeah, you're gonna be watching Mawile. But regardless, this is one thing that I've explained in my previous TikTok, my newer, more recent TikTok, is I freaking love Mega Evolution. Like, Mega Evolution, yeah, sure, it gives power buffs to any of the popular, already strong Pokemon, but it also gives the spotlight to obscure, nearly forgotten Pokemon. Like now, I would have never known to use Mega or Mawile in my game in Wi-Fi battle if it weren't for the fact that it has a Mega. And this Pokemon right here is a beast with adaptability skill. I freaking love Mega Mawile. Mega Mawile, I feel like it's deserving to be higher up in the competitive list, like overused kind of tier. Like, I freaking love Mega Mawile. The design alone with the two mouths per head, like I love Mega Mawile. And Mawile in general, I love Mawile's design. Too bad I never used one because of how in previous generation, how it's just a little short on the stat department. But damn, the moment Pokemon X and Y, or I think Auras drops, and it drops this Pokemon, like mega form for this Pokemon, I freaking absolutely love that. I love that. It's so strong. It's one of my very favorite Mega Evolutions. Without further ado, number 5 is Mawile, or i.e. Mega Mawile from 6th Gen games. Let's proceed into number 4 is another Pokemon that is not primary fairy type. I wonder why I didn't put any primary one. Primary fairy types, but number 4, regardless, Alolan Ninetails. I mean, you already know that I freaking love Ninetails in general. From my top 5 fire type Pokemon, like the fact that it made it really high up in that list, like, speaks wonders there. Like, I love the design for Ninetails. Ninetails has always been one of my favorite kind of folktale animals. Like, every time there's a Ninetails in a story, I love it. The fact that it has an Alolan counterpart, I love the design for Alolan Ninetails. Like, I haven't really done a lot of Wi-Fi battle on 7th Gen, but damn it, I freaking use Alolan Ninetales in all of my playthroughs of the 7th Gen games. Like, I freaking love Alolan Ninetales. You know, just the design alone, it's enough for me to put Alolan Ninetales. I actually did use a little bit of a Ninetales, and I think my setup for Alolan Ninetales is more on choice specs because it has a tremendous amount of special attack. So they made modest nature set. So I freaking love Ninetales, yo. Alolan Ninetales is freaking one of the best designed Alolan Pokemon of all time. So number 4 for me is Alolan Ninetales, yo. Of course, number 3, like, you know, in every typing, there's always that one iconic Pokemon. Like, for example, electric type is Pikachu. Like, the mascot of this iconic Pokemon in each typing that is just speak that type. Like, for example, psychic type is Alakazam. Like, ghost type, Gengar. Like, for me, for fairy types, that's definitely Sylveon. Like, he's the mascot. You know that Sylveon is one of the most popular fairy types. Like, if you think fairy types, you immediately think of Sylveon just based on how it's presented in the games. In the games and in the anime, the fact that it's with Serena, Serena in the anime has her. Like, I've used Sylveon plenty of times in 6th gen, 7th gen, because you can also use it. I just love the design, like, and the fact that when I was playing competitive Pokemon or Wi-Fi battles, I legit love Sylveon. Like, Sylveon was one of my overused because it can be fast. Like, you can have a faster Sylveon, you can have the bulkiest Sylveon, the most fast, most offensive, most defensive. I love Sylveon. Like, it's probably one of the best looking fairy types of all time, aside from maybe Florges, but that's another. Speaking of, is there Florges in my list? No, there's no Florges. That's honorable mention. That's honorable mention right there. Like, I freaking love. Regardless, I love Sylveon. Like, Sylveon for me is like the mascot of fairy types. Like, when you think fairy types, you immediately think Sylveon is the best, like the GOAT of fairy types. Like, yes, Sylveon right there. One of the strongest, one of the most popular, for good reasons. For me, I consider the mascot of the fairy typing. So, without further ado, number 3, shining on number 3, is the evolution for 6th gen, Sylveon. Let's proceed into number 2. Number 2 is straight up power. Like, I emphasize it in power because, damn, its ability speaks wonders. With huge power, it can literally wreck anyone. Like, one play rough away, and literally that enemy right there is going to be down with Azumarill's play rough. Like, one of my overused kind of Pokemon I have. I think this one right here is probably one of the most offensive I got, and I used Choice Band on it. It has huge power, play rough. Yes, freaking love Azumarill. Azumarill is probably one of my favorite fairy types to use in Wi-Fi battle back when I was still doing it, and I've used it so far in many of my Ultra Sun and Moon X and Y, even a little bit in not really in RS, but in X and Y as well. I freaking love. I think this set right there on the screen right now is from X and Y. I love Azumarill. Azumarill is probably like one of my favorite water types so far. Like, water types in general, I love Azumarill. Like, even before the X and Y or the fairy types was introduced, Azumarill for me, like, he's just so terrifyingly cute. Like, you take one look at Azumarill and you just say, wow, that's cute and yet terrifying in the same time. So for me, Azumarill just smashes through number 2. Let's proceed into number 1. I mean, I love anime, I love waifus, and fun fact, Gardevoir is one of the most R34 Pokemon out there. Like, I love Gardevoir. The design wise alone, I freaking love Gardevoir. And Gardevoir in this playthrough is named after Asuna because one of my OG waifus, Asuna Yuki. But design wise, I love freaking Gardevoir design wise, and stat wise. And I mean, it's not really that bulky, but it's definitely fast. It's one of the strongest psychic types out there. So yeah, I definitely love Gardevoir. And now that I've noticed, I think 4 of my contenders for top 5 fairy types are not primary fairies, because Gardevoir is primary psychic, Azumarill is primary water, Alolan Ninetails is primary ice, and while Manga is primary still. Like, oh my goodness, I should definitely have put freaking Florges in this list. Instead, it's an honorable mention because I freaking love Florges. So without further ado, this is my top 5 fairy types for this week. Next week is going to be, I believe, either flying types, because this is my first F kind of Pokemon. Let's see, flying types. Yeah, top 5 flying types tomorrow, I believe, or next week. So without further ado, please leave a like and subscribe for more Pokemon and anime related content. Bye.